Hi travelers, this is going to be your elemental fire for October 2018. This is going to be a general reading for the fire signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The messages will not resonate with everyone. We're going to be using the Radiant White, clarifying with the La Vida Sibilas, and we are going to, you're going to be able to formulate a question for the angel answer cards. Those of you who are website members, the individual, the full-length individual readings are already posted on the website. I am working on the romance and relationships. You guys know that I don't like to do them up piecemeal. I like to get them all done and then put them up at the same time. And also, I want you to keep your eye later this evening on open reading that I'm going to post to the wildcard gallery for you on the Pluto going direct, and that'll be tomorrow. So later this evening I'm going to sit down and do just open the cards on that particular aspect for website members. Okay. One second, I want to make sure that I get a good shuffle on these. Now, the card that has come out for you, fire signs, we start with the Eight of Wands. Okay. That typically represents travel, sometimes overseas, usually by air. Travel across, yeah, by air. It speaks to messages and news. It speaks to things happening quite rapidly. We don't know what those 8 wands are. They're simply flying across an open field. Let's put the rest of the cards down. I'm going to put one more shuffle on these. Alright, here we go. The World card. Well, whatever this thing is, it's going to culminate fast. Okay. The World card speaks to the end of something. It's the end of a cycle. It's like a graduation. It's a completion of something. Whatever this is, it's going to come in and it's going to end really quick. Oh, well. And some of you are going to be rather sad about this. You know, I don't know if this is, remember I said this could be travel overseas. We have the World card. So this could be maybe some of you wanted to fly overseas, to take a trip or something. Maybe it had to do with work, and you find out that the trip is canceled or delayed. That is a Saturn card. Ace of Wands, look at that. There's a Strength card. Huh. There's a Seven of Cups. There's the Nine of Nine of Coins. Well, wow. Huh. There's the Wheel of Fortune. And then here is a King of Swords. And right now, there's a Two of Swords over this. So either someone unsure about something, their thoughts they are of two minds. So there's obviously been either some cross communications, or you are skeptical about something that you've been told or something that you've heard. This also kind of indicates the card, you're not sure if somebody's lying to you, or maybe it could be that you haven't seen what you need to see yet. And the reason I always say that is because that her eye is not covered very well on that side. So sometimes that card can be the idea of not necessarily anybody pulling the wool over your eyes, but you refusing to see what the situation is. There are lots of things going on under the surface. So I have right down the center these 3 huge major arcana cards: the World, Strength, and then the Wheel of Fortune. Now, I will tell you that the nodes will be changing. They will be leaving Leo, Aquarius, and moving into Cancer, Capricorn. This is the Jupiter card. This also rules the sign of Sagittarius. So this is foreigners, foreign people, exports, imports, sometimes doing business online overseas. So it's publishing and medium, but it's about overseas. This also rules the law, legalities, secular law, karmic law. It also rules philosophy, astrology, religion, the occult. And it's a 10. And we see something coming in quite suddenly. And typically this Eight of Wands is a very, very positive kind of a card. We simply just don't know how that energy is going to bring itself about. We know that we're either going to have to move fast, or something occurs quickly, or maybe we're going to have to move quickly. With this 9, says, yes, this is what you're doing, you know, and you're already in a place where you have earned your just rewards, where you will be getting your recognition. You have been doing the work. You have been putting in the time and the effort, and you have accrued and you have amounted and you've gotten yourself to this particular place. But then we have all this big energy down, and then we're dealing with this. I don't even know what the hell this is. We go from the 5 of Cups to the 7 of Cups, and that's 2 cups in between. We go from 5 and all the way up to 7. Huh. Well, you know, I don't have any repeater numbers. So what I'm going to do is look at, I can't look at, this is the only card I can't look at. So we're going to put him face down. And what I have are these 3 down the center. I can look at everything on this side as it relates to these, and these cards as it relates. I'll also see if this 2 of Swords will tell me anything. This is quite air signs. This is, I mean, fire signs. This is quite, I don't even know what to say about this. I think a lot of this weird energy, Pluto, I don't know if you can feel it, but I can kind of feel there's some kind of change trying to happen after things that seems to be stuck for quite some time. Nothing next to these 3 cards. Let's move over to the, while I'm here, I'm going to look at this Ace of Wands to see if it tells me anything. And aces are all opportunities. Nothing about the Ace of Wands either. So let's move over here to this 5 of Cups. This is what I want to look at. And I'll do the 2 cups and then I'll go to the Pentacles. The 5 of Cups. And that's the emotional readjustment card. To me. With the Wheel of Fortune. Indicates that career opportunities, successful negotiations and agreements in both your business and personal affairs will all be of a positive nature, but it is imperative that you act immediately. And I don't know if that's, you know, you being the mastermind there. Okay, let's move to the, what was I just reading? What card? The 5 of Cups. Let me go to the 7 of Cups. Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to conduct some business with PayPal and we kept getting cut off. So I had to take that phone call. So anyway, what I was looking at or about to look at was this 9 of Pentacles. We've already looked at the 7 of Cups. And I think what I was saying, I don't even remember what I was saying. But I can tell you that the cards, this Seven of Cups is really can say that if you just focus on what it is, here we go. I'm going to read this again next to the Wheel of Fortune. It is telling you to seek out the right advice before making important decisions and moving ahead with your plans. There may be some aspects you have missed. With the right guidance and advice, you will prosper in your endeavor. Next to the Wheel of Fortune, you are asked to seek the right advice before moving ahead. And we see that for some reason, fire signs, some of you may be not necessarily hesitant to make the move or even fearful. You just don't feel that maybe you have either gotten the right advice, maybe before somebody, you counted on someone, news came in, you like, yeah, you know, this is gonna finally get me to where I want to go, and then something kind of fell through. So I do think you were able to recover from that through sheer determination and will and focus, but then there's still this cloud hanging over it for, you know, in some way, shape, or form. But perhaps you should receive some kind of again, as the card is suggesting, some kind of advice. And I know sometimes, you know, that once bitten, twice shy. You got bad advice the first time, so now you may be a bit hesitant to ask for advice again, because you know, you don't want to get taken advantage of or lied to, or somebody giving you just bunk ass information. Let's take a look and see if we can see anything about this Nine of Pentacles. Oh, here it is with the World card. That you are ready to move on to the next step along your path. It tells of major moves, relocations, and huge lifestyle changes. It also tells of extensive journeys or travel that will be beneficial in the long term. There's not another 10-numbered card here. So who is this guy? Because he comes with all of that energy, and this is in the future column. Okay? So let's take a look. First thing, I want to take a look. And it's almost like here the cards are saying that right when things are about to change for you, you feel they're about to change, or you sense they're about to change, you've gotten through all of this crap, and suddenly somebody kind of pops up and blocks this for you. And maybe, or maybe that's what you are thinking or confused about. Doesn't even, in one respect, yes. But then I look at this, the Two of Cups with this hiding your light behind a bushel. Somebody who's sad about something that they have lost, obviously. That's a yes card with this two. With this Ace of Wands. I'm sorry. So let's just go ahead and take a look at this King of Swords to see what the cards can tell us. This may not necessarily be a male. This may be the stance or the energy that you might have to adopt at the last minute. This King of Swords is someone who's not only strategic but tactical, aloof in the sense that they don't allow their emotions to sway shit that's not, you know, relevant. They don't allow their emotions to, if it's not logical and rational and makes any sense, they're not swayed by, sentiment. Isn't that interesting? And what I'm getting, obviously, there was some kind of communication there. And this person is viewed as a friend and or someone you can trust. It is related to a trip and or a vacation. Okay? Maybe the cards are just saying to me that the person is disappointed. Maybe the trip got canceled due to other things, or there was some kind of mix-up in terms of the timing of it. This is the summer. Maybe it won't happen until October or November here with the Wheel of Fortune. That's giving us a timing that before the trip was not, time wasn't right. Things were not auspicious. And now But, you know, what's interesting is that this person does come also with this energy of the Wheel of Fortune. Maybe it means that things have changed for him, if this represents a person. Domestico. The Vecchia Signora. And the Belvedere. Now, that's two meanings here. The Domestico is somebody who helps. That person is a helper, a servant. They run errands. They do things for you. But sometimes a person can also, it's also known as the collaborator. So there's, you're not quite sure whether the person is really helping you or not, or if they're actually in it for themselves. Now, we have this Vecchia Signora in the center, which I think is kind of an odd card, for the simple fact that she typically will represent a relative. And maybe there is some I don't know, I'm not seeing any familial links in the card necessarily, but she will typically represent like a grandmother and or an aunt or something of that nature. Maybe the energy of the Two of Cups is I'm not going to speculate because I don't know. But then we see this Belvedere, and the Belvedere is looking ahead with great fortune. Maybe this is something to do with your retirement. Okay. The cards speak funny sometimes. They're not always quite precise and quite clear. My guides are giving me all of this information because it could be many things. For many people, I'm reading for lots of fire sign individuals in this particular reading. So if that doesn't make any sense to you, it may make sense to someone else. Shelby, are you leaving?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye. Let's look at this Seven of Cups. The Prigione. You know, this card has come out for everybody. For every single elemental reading that I've done, the Prigione has been there. And I'm looking at this card sort of like the Devil card, because it speaks to limitations and constraint, not being able to move. And I think for many people, this is that energy of that Pluto and Capricorn. The Morte, that's going to be ending. And look, there is a meeting. Well, a reunion and or a meeting. I've seen this card show up like a job interview as well. That is one of the meanings of it. Look, this speaks to the loss of a very close person or friend, maybe even a relative. But we see that there's I think someone else on the other side of this. And this, what the cards may be telling me, is that to keep your eye open on any trips. That's what that could be telling me. So while there may be a whole bunch of, I don't know, whatever is happening here, this is the energy right now. And maybe this is simply saying that, you know, you can't see your way clear at the moment. You don't have any answers. Okay? Maybe somebody is lying to you. Maybe they're not. Maybe you're thinking the worst of the situation and it's not really what you think it is. So there's lots of ways that can play out. What I want you to do is to just go ahead and formulate a question for the angel answer cards. Maybe that'll give you some insight. Are my elbows on? Yes, they are. I have been doing a lot of with my new business. I've just been running around. So, okay, here we go. And you can't do that if you got blinders on, right? So it says, your angels have a very special and specific answer to your question. You can expect to see signs right away that will have deep meaning to you. Many people see white feathers to indicate that their angels are with them, or they may smell scents from their childhood that they connect with a family member. Well, there's that Vecchia Signora. Huh. Signs require focused attention, so be awake to the possibilities. Don't mistake synchronistic events for mere coincidences at this time. They are a message especially designed for you. And maybe what that Domestico is saying is that she's trying to help you, but you're not seeing it. You know what I mean? She's doing everything she can to help you with this particular situation. Maybe this is could be the spirit of, if that person has already passed away. She's trying to guide you and show you and tell you to, I don't know, look ahead or plan ahead or watch ahead or to look for. What were those 3 cards? Let's take a look at those. That was, you know, very, very interesting. But maybe you're distrustful of it. Yeah. That could be with that 5 of Cups. That could be exactly what the cards are saying in a funny, odd kind of way. So that's what I have for you, fire signs. I hope those messages helped. And until next time, thanks for allowing me to read for you. Namaste.